Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. We've been in Afghanistan for 16 years now. And it looks like we're going to be there for a bit longer. A lot longer. And Donald Trump is going to be sending in more troops. Now, I don't know how much you remember about the early days of the war. But we didn't have a lot of conventional forces there. Instead, we used a lot of special forces who embedded themselves with militias commanded by various Afghan warlords. These warlords, with U.S. air support, directed their forces against the Taliban. And the Taliban fell pretty easily. But one of the things that was striking is that the opposing sides would fight for a while, and then they would have a meeting, and they'd negotiate a truce. The losing side might be allowed to go home, but sometimes they would simply join up with the warlords. And this, I learned, is a big part of Afghan culture. Anything can be negotiated, including loyalty. So it should not be surprising that both the Karzai government and the current Afghan government have been known to have a lot of corruption. Last week, Donald Trump announced that the U.S. was going to get involved with economic development in Afghanistan. Not to help the Afghan government or the Afghan people, but to help us recoup some of our own expenses that we've incurred fighting the war. Now, on its face, this doesn't seem like a terrible idea. We have spent a lot of money in Afghanistan, billions of dollars. And if we can get some of that back, that's not a bad idea. And they do have a lot of valuable minerals over there. But nothing is ever quite that simple. First of all, conducting mining operations in a war zone is not exactly a piece of cake. Who is going to protect the mines and the workers? Will we be exposing our troops to even more danger than they already are in? And these operations could also be exploited by the Taliban and ISIS, that now has moved into Afghanistan, as propaganda. We will be accused of looting the country. And if there is anything at all suspicious that happens with these deals, then those accusations will be very difficult to defend. And since we will be dealing with an already corrupt government, it's pretty likely that things could go sideways. So it's important to ask what safeguards will be put in to make sure that we're not dealing in a corrupt manner with the Afghan people. And this is especially concerning because Donald Trump is probably already considering ways that he can and his family can get a piece of the action. The Trump administration is already riddled with corruption. And this is another perfect opportunity for them. So, will the money really go to pay for the war, or simply enrich Trump, his family, and his fat cat friends? If you've not been paying any attention, you know that when it comes to corruption, the Trump administration can compete with any government in the world. Thanks for listening.